A cup of coffee or something.
Bring up chat here.
Oh well.
Get our chat on.
Get our chat on.
It's episode 418.
Yep.
Okay.
I got fucking Moonbeam City playing in my headphones right now. I guess I forgot to hit pause.
Nice.
Sounds about right. Do that. Okay.
Pause. I still love those hairstylists that still have like this 80s crazy hair look with the giant earrings like on the windows.
Yeah.
Like all teased up, like, hey.
It's like teal highlights.
So has anyone heard about how, like, is the Gem movie like that bad?
I have read a lot of reviews about it this week, and apparently it is that bad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Alright, we gotta see who's in this nightmare.
Nobody you know, except for Molly Ringwald.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's name recognition for you.
Yeah. The kids
got that
all
going
love
on for
Molly
them, which is
Ringwald.
nice. It's got a star and a half on IMDb.
I guess the biggest problem is that it is, it's really disingenuous about presenting those kids. Like, it doesn't seem like it's marketed towards kids. It doesn't seem like it's marketed towards people like us and our generation.
That were able to see the show?
Yeah, that, like, would have loved the show originally. And I guess one of the most laughable things is, the whole conceit, I guess, is the main character, like, loves to sing, whatever. And one of her videos gets put on YouTube and it goes crazy viral, and then she gets pulled out to LA to front the band. Crazy viral, in the parlance of this movie, is 36,000 hits.
That's adorable.
That's YouTube from, like, when it started.
Yeah.
Crazy viral is like 3 billion right now.
Yeah. I mean, at least a few million, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not asking for it to be like... What was that guy that was dancing?
Oh, yeah.
What, the
Gangnam Style?
Numa?
No, Gangnam Style.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
that video is tens, like, hundreds of millions of views.
Yeah.
36,000 is, like, a video I could do of me playing Destiny.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
No, probably not.
I got, like, 10 views.
That Boston's so hot right now.
So hot right now.
I am pretty great.
Alright, let me see. What else did I play this week here?
I don't know.
Life is...
I got like 3 games. Such a bummer.
Life is Strange. Oh, wait.
It's going to be a really hard time not spoiling Life is Strange.
I know.
I don't know if we can talk much about it.
No, we can just say we played it. We can't talk about it now.
We played it. Here's our opinion.
I have one note, and it was, well, that was a bummer.
That's Life is Strange, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a bummer gauge is higher the deeper you get in that game.
Yeah, I'm figuring that one out.
I'm dying to find out what you did at the end. I really am.
Yes, yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna try and power through that tonight, because like, I feel like once I finish 4, I'm just gonna be like, well, now I gotta beat 5.
Yeah, 5 took me about 2.5 hours, I think. And then I took about a half an hour to kind of clean up the rest of the trophies.
Cool.
That one trophy fucking sucked.
I didn't go back and do it. I just played it straight through. Like, actually, I didn't play it straight through. I got to the part where they're at the lighthouse, and then I had to go to sleep. I was exhausted. So from that point on, I was like, what did I do again? Shoot.
Yeah.
Hey, Nintendo Works in chat. Hooray.
Hey.
Ban him.
On it, boss.
No,
yeah, I hope he's feeling better. How's your pneumonia?
Pneumonia?
Well, that's not good.
He had pneumonia. He was supposed to come up for a visit, but I'm guessing he didn't.
You're just guessing he didn't?
I'm guessing he did.
Were you not?
I don't know. I don't know if he made up some excuse why he couldn't come.
The game is strong.
Yeah. He made his reservation. You still owe me 1 night for the room. Those
eyebrow waggle.
Those
Yeah.
Oh shit! What the hell am I looking for? What's the word? Oh, it drives me crazy. Those hospitality items are going to go to waste.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're calling them now?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the nickname on the streets on the south
Yeah.
side.
Pack of rubbers and some lube.
Actually, there was at that restaurant we were at yesterday. There was a oh god, what is it? It's a Lifestyles condom machine in the bathroom, and it just said, "This bubble gum tastes terrible."
That's pretty good.
Every time I see that, I always think of the cone heads.
Oh,
Where he's
yeah.
just blowing the bubble up.
Yeah,
Well, that's right, the novelty items, I told him. Novelties.
All right, you guys ready to kick this thing?
yeah, probably.
I mean, as much as we're gonna be.
Yeah, pretty much.
Before I'm tempted to go get another adult beverage.
Well, we've got the break for that.
I think I'm going to make some risotto.
Yeah,
That's always a good choice. Risotto's great.
it is pretty good.
Except I may need to go to the store and get some chicken stock because I think mine expired in like 2012.
Oh, wow. Yeah, put a little salt in it. You'll be fine.
You can fix everything with seasoning.
Yeah. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Going around the room, we have Knobs.
What's up?
And we have the Hannah.
Hey, that was a very staccato intro you had there.
Yes, it
So-
was. We have a
Easy
new
there,
voting
downbeats.
thread up for TVGP Game Club. Hannah,
We do.
take it away.
So I just put it up the other day. I finally got around to compiling all the suggestions from the new suggestion thread and weeding out all the old ones that have been picked or, otherwise seen. So we've rolled back in. If you got up for voting in the last round of suggestions, you're back in the list. So if you want to change your suggestion, let me know in the suggestions thread on the forum, and I'll change it up. And so right now we've got. Oh, let me pull this up now. You put me on the spot here.
You have Dark Souls, X-Men Legends, and Syndicate.
Yes,
Why
but there's
don't I
people
see
behind
Asura's Wrath up there?
You didn't come up in the roll,
Oh,
man.
I did point. I did like 2 weeks ago.
No, the random picks.
You
Knobs.
random picks.
Pick
Random
me a winner,
picks.
Bobby.
Yep,
You're in the list.
you'll get in there. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We get you in there. I got you, girl.
Shifty eyes. All right, so go vote. You know which one to pick.
Yeah. Some good stuff in there. I'm excited to see what we pick.
All right, so and if you haven't joined the forums yet, Knobs, what
Excited.
should they
It's
go
already a
do?
lot. What'd you say?
You should go join the forums.
I do join the forums. I look at it all the time.
Never mind.
We've
All
also
right,
got a
anyways.
new beta communication.
I got
platform as
excited.
well.
Sorry.
I set up a Discord chat room for TVGP this week.
Right.
It's a new app. It's got text and voice chat. Figure we try it out.
Check it
Yeah.
out.
It's,
Chat with some peeps.
on the forums. Maybe we'll tweet it out after this. See what happens.
Yeah.
Actually,
We'll
you know what? I'm gonna put a link in chat. I'm gonna
There
do
you
that.
We're gonna beta test it.
We're gonna beta
Yeah.
test this. It's a nice little app. It's interesting.
Yeah. All right,
Isn't that
enough
what you
about
just-
all that business stuff.
Yep.
Knobs, what have you been playing?
Oh, we started.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, so we were a little thin on Monday night. It was only 4 of us. I think it was Ian Cost, Urgent Fury, Tom Gamer, and myself. A lot of people in and out with illnesses and whatnot, so we get it. Just
Life gets in the way.
It's
don't
cool.
be like it's strange, but you can come in on wherever you want. It doesn't matter. We're a very welcoming society
Yeah.
of peeps that play games. So, and in that vein, I really wanted to continue on with my play of Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah.
Apparently, it doesn't want me to play episode 3.
Great.
I mean, I've uninstalled, hard reset, reinstalled, uninstalled, completely everything. So I am not real happy right now with
Have
that.
you tried super installing?
No, but I have
involves a
tried
hammer.
super uninstalling.
Yeah,
That
like
also involves a hammer.
if I could break it over my knee, I would, but then I'd have to buy another Xbox.
Yeah.
Because I was really frustrated, because I was really excited where that was going. Like, I was having a good time. Episode 2 was really solid. I'm like, all right, I like the cut of this gibberish. I want to play more. Nope. So, I don't know what happened, so whatever. But I did get to play another, what was it? What would it be called? Like,
An adventure game?
Story-based game.
Yeah.
I finished Life is Strange episode 5.
I
Yeah.
did too.
I played most of episode 4. I'm getting there, guys.
How did I pass you in this plaything?
I just have so many emotions.
Easy there, softy.
I have so many feelings. I love Arcadia Bay.
Yeah, this game has a penchant to rip your heart out and show it to you.
then put
Over
it
and
back.
over again.
Well, not just rip it out, and every time you pull it back out, they just put another little needle in it and just shove it right
And
back
then
in.
rewind time and then do it again.
Yeah, multiple times.
Find a whole different way to break your soul.
I thought episode 5 was amazing. And I thought how they wrapped up the Life is Strange for a whole season.
Yes.
Really great.
I like that it actually had an ending. Like it
Yep.
there was no question there isn't gonna be, but wait, there's more.
There's no like epilogue where it's like, whoa, season
Just like-
2.
Outside of getting a D punch at some point, I don't think they can go anywhere else.
Yeah.
But
And
I
to be
did
clear,
li-
we're not going to spoil anything about Life is Strange because it's episode 5 has been out for what, like 4 days?
Yeah, we're not monsters.
Yeah.
as much as I would love to be that monster because I really want to talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
we'll
get to
probably do a spoiler cast on episodes 4 and 5 within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to hear our thoughts about how sad things are in life, just we'll get you.
I mean, just hit me up in the Discord chat room. I'm generally just doing that anyway.
Just crying in there alone.
All right, pluggy.
Yeah.
All right. But anyway, but I really enjoyed the pace of that chapter more so than all the other ones.
Yeah.
Like that thing started off at a blistering pace and started tying up loose ends. Well, let's say tying and untying and retying and then Cub Scout knots, like just
Yeah.
Well, you've got to keep turning back in time. You've got to do like your sheep shank. You've got to do your bow line. You've got to figure out which knot is going to be the optimal knot to solve this problem.
raise the mizzenmast, pull the whistle winch or whatever. But it's
That's one thing I really liked about this episode is I think Life is Strange for the first couple episodes did a really good job of laying out the mystery and saying
yeah.
like, what's going on in Arcadia? Who's this? What's go time travel?
Yeah.
And with episode 4, they did a really great job. In episode 5, just banging out answers one
Yes.
after the other and just very clearly resolving one thing after another in a really great way.
There's more detective work in episode 4 than there is in any Batman game ever. I'm willing to say that out loud.
That stuff in episode 4 was really fun. I liked that a lot.
Really good.
Yeah.
it was good. It was a good episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to go back and play the whole thing over again, but I may need to get a prescription at some point. But
Just take a little breather.
Just a little
yeah.
Zoloft.
I can't recommend Life is Strange enough. Like, now that the whole season is over, I kind of think that's a must play. If you
Yeah.
like what Telltale has done, if you like adventure games, if you like dialogue and choices, Life is Strange is one of those that you sort of really need to check out.
Yeah.
that was one of the, I would say, probably the quintessential gaming experience of this generation so far. Like
Yeah.
it was that good.
It's outstanding, and it's only like 10 hours.
Yeah.
So I mean, if anybody has 10 hours to spare, 2 hours at a time, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a week.
Yep.
You can finish that game. Just do an episode a night.
That's true.
Mhm.
Oh man, I don't know how you would break that up because that game really sucks you in. Just it's like, no, I gotta know what happens.
It
Yeah.
does the thing that Telltale has struggled with in the past, which is ending an episode on a really, like, resolving something and then ending it on a cliffhanger. Instead of just like, all right, I didn't get anything answered and we have a cliffhanger, like, that's frustrating.
Well, that was like episode between 2 and 3. No, what was it? 3 and 4. Between 3 and 4, where that when you're like, what?
Yeah, they drop a
Like-
bomb and you're just like, I don't even know what's happening right now.
It was a bomb so big I took like a 2-month break from the game.
Yeah.
No, it was like it wasn't just, it was a punch in the heart. You're like,
Mhm.
like as soon as that little thing starts panning across the screen, you're like, no, no,
You're like,
no.
Mm-mm. I just
Yeah.
tried to do the right thing. No.
No, I did the right thing. What happened? No.
Yeah.
Did you? That's this game in a nutshell. It's this game constantly just goes, "Did you?"
Yeah. Did you do the right thing? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's amazing. Go play it.
Yeah.
Hands down. They didn't. Here's the one. My last comment. They didn't screw it up.
No.
Yeah.
Good on Don't Nod. They didn't screw it up.
Cool.
No, there's no part of that, and I could see both sides of that having the very, very large potential of jumping the shark, and I could see both of those being equally like, oh, the hands and face.
Yeah.
All right, so guess what I did?
Oh no.
Did you buy another Dragon Ball game?
No, even
Okay,
better.
thank God. Oh no. What did you do?
What came out last week?
Overlord?
No, actually, no. I didn't see. I didn't find that one.
Actually, no. I gotta go get that.
Yeah, now
I don't
need
remember what came
Oh, I
out
need
last
to go
week.
look.
So I started Assassin's Creed Steampunk.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Syndicate.
Ah.
No. Oh, knobs.
Have you gotten the grappling hook yet?
No, I have a broken grappling hook, if that counts.
Maybe you'll fix that and it turns into the good grappling hook, which apparently is the thing that a lot of people are finding fixes a lot of Assassin's Creed problems.
Which is a problem.
Yeah, but the bigger problem was, hey, climbing buildings is kind of boring.
Yeah,
And now I can just hit
Especially-
L1 and I'm at the top of a building.
especially that first viewpoint is way up there, and it takes a long time to climb this tower.
Oh, boy.
Or a smokestack, whatever this
Some
thing
London
is.
thing.
It
It's,
took
yeah.
So London looks cool, even though I still don't know how water holds on hills, but whatever. I don't know how you didn't think that one through.
British physics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's London. Haha.
Cheerio.
So I don't know how I feel about these two kids.
Yeah, Evie and what's the guy?
Jacob?
Fry.
Connor?
It's not Connor. That was
Giblets?
3.
They call him Mr. Fry the whole time, so I just
Mr.
whatever.
Fry and Miss Fry.
Yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Fry.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. So I ended it. I finished, I think, the first 3 or 4 sequences so far. I liberated one borough at this point and ends in a gang fight, which literally feels like gangs in New York.
Nice.
Like, here's the blue guys, where's all the, or the green guys, where's all the red guys? Oh, wait, you guys are going to turncoat? Here's a green coat. Here you go. Part of the green team now. Like, how do you trust this
Abstergo.
guy now? So yeah, there's lightly stuff going on in the real world thing. Like, I don't know what happened in Unity, so I don't care.
You know what's great about Unity? You can skip it.
Yeah.
Apparently it doesn't matter. And Unity is not great.
So you have like the two like techie dudes like going to attack a Templar in one of the offices, and yeah, that doesn't end well, and they have to jump out the window.
Sure.
Huh.
And that's about as much outside story I have.
Are
But
you
they-
still at Future Google?
No.
Oh.
I think you're playing more from the assassin's point of view than this one.
Oh, okay.
Then like you're doing Abstergo, but you're assassin, but you're an Abstergo guy.
Right. Turncoats.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where it's going, so I've probably got maybe 2.5 hours in right now. So
That's not bad.
I don't know. I'm just like that gameplay is just so bad anymore. Like it's just so rote.
Well, I think the unfortunate part too is you just finished Black Flag, and now you're hopping into another Assassin's Creed game. I feel like when there's a little bit of padding between games, you're sort of like, all right, it's still Assassin's Creed, but I haven't played one in a little bit, so okay. But back to back, it shows a lot.
I
of
don't
warts.
know because I played 2 and Brotherhood back to back.
Yeah, but those were really good.
Yeah, those are
I'm
basically
trying
the
to
same
figure
game.
out why those were so good. Is it because the protagonist was fun, or it had a better lead-in to the world?
It's
think,
a lot of
like-
things.
I was thinking about this the other day, and I think it's a couple things. I think 1, 2 and Brotherhood were so much better than AC1 that it was sort of like, wow, like this is Assassin's Creed. Like this is pretty cool. It was fresh, and it took all the stuff that AC1 did well and kind of expanded on it. The main character was great. He's
Yeah.
fun, but you cared about what he was doing. And then I think the modern day stuff, since it carried over from 1 and they were continuing Desmond's story, I think you started to get invested in Desmond. And I think that's a negative of the modern Assassin's Creed stuff, is you don't care about any of these guys. Like, in Unity, you're not, I don't know who you're playing as. You know,
Right.
like in Black Flag, you're just a dude.
You're a faceless dude.
Yeah,
Like,
clearly you're an assassin and you're working for Abstergo, but like beyond that, you don't even talk.
Yeah.
So-
I think that was part of the thing that I enjoyed. I think that's what pulled me in more than anything else was you're playing as Desmond in the same area that Ezio is running around in.
Yep.
In that whole chateau thing.
Just hundreds of years later. Well, and like you had your whole crew, like you had Lucy there, like, and you guys were working towards something. Like there was something going on both ends of the story. But now you have a new guy, well, now twins, in the London stuff in the Animus, and then outside, nobody cares. Like, I feel like Ubisoft isn't even trying on that end because they keep getting this feedback of like, well, I don't care about the modern day stuff.
Who's saying that? Because that is
a lot of people.
Really?
That's the most common feedback I hear about Assassin's Creed is like, God, I don't want to do the modern day stuff. And it's almost like this self-fulfilling prophecy, because if you stop doing stuff in the modern day, then people feel like, oh, well, I'm just getting pulled out so I can answer some emails and scan QR codes in the real world. I don't want to do that.
No, I mean, it was like the modern day stuff. It seemed to be for me, that's the carrot, and the actual gameplay is the stick. Like, I just don't care about playing these games. I just want to see where your story is going.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe because it's in such brevity throughout the entire series that's what's interesting.
Well, and
I don't know.
I always thought that the fact that the Templars versus Assassins have been fighting each other throughout history for thousands of years. You know, like there's this history there, and there's always, in the early games there were these parallels, you know, like you were saying, where Desmond and Lucy are in modern day Italy, and then Ezio is doing his stuff a couple hundred years before, and there's some parallels between the two stories. But after Desmond gets killed in 3? I don't know.
Yeah.
They kind of just said, well, you know, they're fighting modern day too, so, you know, Abstergo's bad.
I don't know. And still they've always like danced that line, like you don't know which side is the good side.
Right.
Like that's what makes that interesting, and I don't understand why they're not pushing that angle more than anything else in these games. But other than you seem to be more fun to play as the Assassins than the Templars. Like, why don't they just release a Templar game?
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
Templar's Oath?
like Templar's Order or something.
they did some of that with 3, you know, that twist beginning of 3, which I thought was handled really well.
Yeah.
But they never really followed through with it. So,
Like, at some point, there has to be a parody game against the Assassins games. Like,
did they deal with that in AC4 with some of the movies and stuff they were making? Did they have a
not
parody
really.
game?
The only parody they had was the revisionist movies, or the actually
and those
internal
bad
history.
trailers for the movies too. Like, what was it, Assassin's Creed Pirates, or like Assassin Pirates or something like that?
Pirates of the Assassins.
Yeah,
Like,
something like that. It was really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing I think they should be more towards, because, like, all right, here you have these guys are clearly shaping history for what ends no one knows, but it seems bad, and you're playing and you're watching their side through the Abstergo lens, and you're like, wait, it didn't exactly play out like that.
Right.
So where is this change going to happen, or how are these conflicts going to be resolved? You just don't know.
Well, and I think the hard part too for Syndicate is 2015, as we've talked about a lot recently, is really open world heavy. Like, from the first gate with Shadows of Mordor, it's been really open world heavy, and you come out with another Assassin's Creed game on the heels of last year's Assassin's Creed game. I feel like a lot of us are kind of sick of open world games in 2015, and this game doesn't do anything really new that open world games and AC games have done for the last couple years.
Yeah.
So like, why should I go get
Telltale
it?
to make an Assassin's Creed game at this point.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't, actually. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know where this is going, and it's pretty much just a change in skin, which is what I've felt about all these games so far after 2.
Yeah.
Even after 1, it's just the same thing in a different skin.
But thankfully they brought back those "we're talking to the dead guy after I assassinate him" scenes.
Yes.
They removed those in Unity, which I think is a real shame.
Oh, I love the make peace videos.
Yeah.
Like those are always like that seemed to be where your best chunks of information came from.
And that's why I thought Unity had such problems, because you killed this dude and then right away it's like, hey, you should probably leave. They found you out. And it's like, all right, I guess that guy's just dead. See you later.
I don't know. But so there's my next slog, so hooray.
Your next open world slog.
You know?
I've been picking
yourself,
winners, man. It's just stop it. It's not my fault they're bad.
That's true. Ubisoft.
You don't have to play them.
I do. I bought them.
That's also fair. All right, anything else you played this week, Knobs?
That's all I can remember.
All right, Hannah, what you got?
Oh, I also played a bit of Life is Strange. I don't want to dwell on it too much. The only note I have here is, well, that's a bummer.
Yep.
That's it. That's all I got. Played episode 4. I'm at the very end, so probably gonna finish that up after the podcast here.
Yeah, you don't have too much left.
Yeah. Played a bunch of Rocket League on Wednesday, as always, and as always, it was an absolute blast. The DeLorean is incredibly cool.
Oh, really?
Oh, dude, it is so worth the money.
Does it have flame trails as it drives?
A little bit, but
Perfect.
the more important thing is the little details you get. So you can't really customize it at all, which I kind of love. You can just
I don't want to mess around with the DeLorean.
Yeah. You don't want to put a antenna top around the DeLorean. Nobody wants to do that. You can change the color of the tubing on the outside, like the glowing tubing, to indicate your team, and that's it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I like that.
When you demolish a DeLorean, normally in the game it just says boom or something along those lines. When you demolish the DeLorean, it says out of time, like it says on the license plate.
Amazing.
The flames from the wheels are going in the direction that the car was going at the time it was demolished.
Even better.
And on the ground, the license plate sits and spins for a few seconds.
Oh, man, guys.
That all sounds. They checked all the right boxes.
Yep. It gets better. When you jump and then boost, the wheels fold up.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah. And when you're out of boost, it makes that sound that the time circuits make when they don't work.
Oh, man, guys. And you know what the best part about it is? It's $2.
It's $2.
$2. I need to just go buy it just to support them.
The developers have already stated that they have sold more DLC DeLoreans than the actual company did.
I mean, at $2,
well, I mean,
how
when
can
you're
you say no?
$2, you can't lose.
Yeah, I'd buy a $2 DeLorean. Why not?
And it will actually go 88 miles an hour.
That's
true.
It
will. Yeah. Actually, the original DeLorean didn't go up to 88 miles an hour. It only topped out at 80.
That's why that joke's funny.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Fair enough.
I didn't know that. Interesting. Now you learned something, everyone.
Yeah, they had to customize the dashboard for the movie. Yeah, so that was, I love having everybody out for Wednesday night game night. It's always a ton of fun. There's like I said, there's too many people to name. We got Documus has been joining us a bunch. Binary Viking, Jive 495, Super Epic Bruno, Troy Nobbit in the morning, in AM rather. Sorry. WTF, it's Chaz joined this week. Death 2K.
That's an amazing name, by the way.
It is, and he's real good.
Oh.
Actually, Binary Viking, Chaz, and Jive did some games on their own. Binary was telling me that it was a really good time.
Wow.
And they were kind of wiping the floor with people in ranked. So
Nice. Dream team.
Yeah, sounds like it. But yeah, we had a consistent 8, and when we dropped down, I don't think we had bots even all that much this time this week because we kept losing 2 at a time. So
Nice.
oh god, just Oh, Wednesday night game night's the best. I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Um, oh, Gibby Nader from the forums, Lance Freeman on the forums also was there. I'm sure I'm missing a couple of people too, and I
Got a whole
apologize.
crew.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of people. It's always fun. The only other game I played this week though was I played a little bit of Super Meat Boy on the Vita.
Oh, yeah.
It's free, PS Plus. I played it a bunch when it came out on PC. I don't think I ever got out of that first world though. I think I kind of dug deep in that and did all the Dark World stuff and like found
Right.
all the
Bandages
portals.
and stuff.
Yeah, and I think I
Yeah.
was like, all right, I think I'm done with this game now. Like
Yeah.
after that, because I got it in like a humble bundle probably.
Yeah.
So this is a really good game for the Vita.
Does it control well on the Vita?
The only problem I have is my hands are really big, so I occasionally hit that left thumbstick with my left thumb while I'm using the D-pad,
Oh, right.
and that can throw you off a little bit. But for the most part, I mean, you just hold the right trigger to run, you hit X to jump, and you move with the D-pad. There's not a whole lot more than that to that game.
Yeah.
So I mean, it controls really great. It looks great. I don't really play with the sound on if I'm playing on my Vita, so the music thing doesn't really bother me or affect me.
You don't really need music for that thing.
It's really good. But I still love all the little touches. Like, you go into the warp zones and it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Like, just completely different stylized.
It's usually an homage to some other indie game, like I Want to Be the Guy or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, God, I remember I Want to Be the Guy. I gotta go back and again. That was rough.
Yeah. You should watch. Polygon actually put out a video this week where the guy who made the two I Want to Be the Guy games made a Mario Maker level.
Really?
And it is devious
Did
and
he
hilarious.
Hypercube?
Hmm?
Is it called Hypercube?
No, he didn't
Oh,
make
okay.
Hypercube. That was
Okay.
Griffin McElroy, maybe?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he made... I won't spoil it because half of the joy of it is watching him play that level himself to try and beat it.
Yeah. I should check that out. That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I'm having a ton of fun with Meat Boy. I'm probably going to end up playing a lot of it just because the Vita's right there all the time.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up later, but there's a certain game that may be coming out for the Vita soon that I've been hearing rumors about for a while. I'll just say now, XCOM. There's a bunch of rumors going around that XCOM's will be coming to the Vita.
Yeah, that'd be a really good Vita game.
I've been
bless
asking
you.
for that Vita game since I bought a Vita. First it got rated in Korea, and now there's a trophy list out for it on
Yeah,
XFAs.
it's looking good.
It's looking real good. I feel like they're probably going to announce it at PSX.
Oh, is that coming up soon?
Yeah, that's coming up in the next couple of weeks here.
Oh boy, I haven't even paid attention.
Yeah, let me see.
Nice.
When does PlayStation Experience happen? Anyway, that's pretty much all I played this week.
I finished Tales from the Borderlands.
Nice.
Boy. This game is incredible. I think it is easily Telltale's best game. It is my new favorite Borderlands game. And it is just as good, if not maybe a little bit better than Life is Strange.
Really?
Oh god, guys, it's
That
so
one-
good.
Now I'm
Wow.
even more angry that it won't load.
There has to be a way we can get you to finish Tales from the Borderlands. It's so good. I after episode 4, I was feeling really strongly about it, and episode 5 managed to hit at every point exactly what I wanted it to do, and it was a little bit predictable, but the way they wrapped up that entire story and they mushed together the modern day, they're with that stranger and he's kidnapped them, with the past story they're telling, how they mushed those two together and then moved forward is really good.
Nice.
Everybody, you had to play this.
Okay.
I think it's better if you enjoy Borderlands,
Mm-hmm.
but I think for me, this showed a really great way of kind of making the story and the humor of Borderlands a little bit more serious, without losing what makes Borderlands great, and without kind of resorting to fart jokes the whole time. And it tells a surprisingly emotional story throughout the entire thing. I think it's fantastic. Sterno Master in chat says, "How good do you think it is for someone who doesn't know the Borderlands lore?" I think that's going to be a little bit tough. I think maybe reading about what happened in Borderlands 2 is really important. You can kind of ignore 1. There's a little bit of stuff from 1 in there, but it doesn't matter that much. The ending of 2 is really important. And the pre-sequel doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
There's a couple characters from it in there, but you don't really need to know who they are. I think NYC Badger in chat says, I've never played Borderlands and I'm loving this. It's a pretty good primer into the Borderlands universe.
Yeah.
If you've played this and haven't played Borderlands before, pick up Borderlands 2.
That's a good game.
Pick up the Handsome Jack collection.
That's true, yeah. Because you get 2 and then you get pre-sequel, which isn't as good as 2, but you get 2. And 2's great. I think it's outstanding. I'm surprised that Telltale made a game that feels as tight as this does. It feels to me like it was better planned than season 1 of The Walking Dead.
Oh wow.
Because when you finish episode 5, I feel like it's all encapsulated, and all this stuff, there were all these breadcrumbs throughout the entire episode, like through the entire season, that all kind of led you to the ending. And you can sit there and go, oh, okay, yeah, that all makes sense.
Cool.
So, go play it. It'll probably be out on disc soon, I'm assuming. So if you kind of want to wait to pick it all up at once, but
or if it doesn't load,
we'll figure out something to get that fixed for you, Knobs. There has to be some way. The super install, we'll try that next.
Yeah, just try clearing your cache.
Yeah, exactly. But go play that.
Turn it on and off again.
Go play that and go play Life is Strange. Those are some of the best modern adventure games you can play. If you like that, go play Walking Dead Season 1 and 999. You have a lot of adventure game stuff. And Steins Gate. And a lot of great adventure games out right now.
Yeah.
My wife and I have been playing more Destiny. Kind of getting her through a lot of the Taken King content. And it's been pretty fun. Running some strikes, doing some story missions that are way easier when you don't try and solo them, like the game tells you not to do. So that's
wow, useful game instruction.
Crazy. When it says bring friends, don't just go in by yourself and be like, oh, this is kind of hard.
Yeah, it's overrated.
Yeah. I'm really winding down on Destiny because Iron Banner from, what was it, last week, really just burned me out on that game. So, but instead I've been playing The Witcher 3. Surprisingly, the one of the best RPGs of this year is actually really pretty good. I'm shocked.
Go figure.
Once I got over that initial hump in the game, and I kind of got into being able to explore different areas and being able to get a bunch of different Witcher contracts, and I got past level 5. It seems like once I did that, the game started becoming way easier. And I feel like I'm starting to wrap my brain around how to play a Witcher game. Witcher 1 is not good, so I never played it, and I never got around to playing Witcher 2. So I have to learn about, how to fight properly, because initially it seems like kind of the Batman fight system, but it's really quite different. You have to learn about sort of the alchemy system in the game, and meditating to fill up all your potions and get your health back, and it seems like there's a lot, but the game tries to encourage you to play one specific way because it's kind of the best way, and I wasn't putting all the pieces together because I haven't played a Witcher game before.
Yeah.
So I finally feel like I'm getting my arms around how to play this game, and now that I am, it's all falling into place. I did just finish yesterday the Bloody Baron quest, which has kind of been held up as, hey, this is the thing The Witcher does really well. And yeah, that was really, really good.
That's cool.
It told a really... the good thing I like about The Witcher is it tells a lot of stories that are not really morally gray, but it's not like playing Mass Effect, where it's like, Shepard, please make a decision, and there's very clearly a good one, and very clearly it's like, save the kittens or push them out an airlock. You know, like, Mass Effect doesn't really give you a lot of gray area. The Witcher is primarily that middle ground, where it's sort of like, we're going to give you a couple of options. You need to decide what you're going to do, and sometimes doing the right thing is really not going to turn out well for you. Sometimes you just have to say, not my problem, see you later.
Oh, that's so hard to do.
It's so hard to do, but when you have to balance it between the horrible things that can happen if you do one or the other, sometimes it's sort of like, hey man, I'm not going to make this choice because nobody is going to win. So I guess I'll just let you guys kill each other. See you later. So finishing up the Bloody Baron quest was really good. It told one of those stories where neither side is necessarily right. Everybody has done something bad, and you kind of have to get the information out of someone to continue the stories, the main storyline in the game. You have to make a decision. So you have to do something, and nothing will really turn out well as a regard. So I'm enjoying it. I'm trying to do a little bit of the open world stuff here and there. I'm mainly focusing on the Witcher contracts because that stuff to me is what I want in a Batman game, where someone says, all right, we got this thing going on, you need to go over to this area and go investigate. And you can use your Witcher senses, which is basically like a detective vision. Yeah, and you get to investigate all this stuff around the area, and then you'll follow some monster tracks or follow the scent of something, and then go off and go hunt it down and then weaken it and kill it, or weaken it and chase it and then go find its nest and kill it. It's pretty interesting because instead of them just saying, hey, there's a griffin over there, kill it. It's sort of like, all right, they killed this guy over here. This guy in another town saw it. You know, there's its lair over here that we think it's been hanging out in. Go to all these areas, get all of your info, you know, investigate and talk to all these people, gather all your info, and then go take it down based on all this info you've learned. And I think that's kind of interesting, because otherwise it would kind of turn into Assassin's Creed, where it'd be like, hey, there's this guy over there, kill him. It's like, oh, okay, see you later. So it turns out it makes it a lot more interesting in the world, I think. So yeah,
is the combat and gameplay still very buff focused like it was in the first one? Like if you go into a combat without having the right potions equipped and the right like oils or buffs on your blade, you're gonna lose.
So there's 4 difficulties in the game. The first of which is like, I just want the story, which the game is basically, even in the text description, is basically like, hey man, this is not going to be hard. You just want the story. Like, this is what you want to look for.
Wee sword.
Exactly, yeah. It sounds like it's going to be like, here's Geralt, and they all die. I'm playing the second difficulty, which is basically normal. The one above that is, like, blood and broken bones, and there's one above that that's just crazy. The normal difficulty, everybody's saying, like, don't play it on that. That's way too easy. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah. So I don't want to just like mow through boss fights, but I don't want to have to like put on the right glyphs and the oils and drink all the right potions and manage my toxicity and all that stuff. That's why I'm playing on normal, and that stuff, as long as you're at least the enemy's level, if not maybe one below, you're really not going to have a hard time. As long as you're blocking and parrying, then you'll be okay. It's not like The Witcher 1 was, which really pushed me away, which was, all right, make sure you meditate, get your oils ready, put this, you have to know who you're fighting, get the right blade. You know, it's just not... They even do the thing that I like a lot, which is, if you're going to run into monsters, he just pulls out his steel blade, or his silver blade immediately. If you're running into human enemies, he pulls out the steel blade immediately.
That's good.
So it's not like, what are you going to do? The game knows you're going to pull out the silver blade because you're fighting wolves. Like, there's no reason we should have to have you hold right on the D-pad to pull out the right one. Like there's no reason for that. So it seems like they've streamlined some of that stuff, but
that sounds good.
If you still want to, juggle your signs and do all your oils and stuff, there's still the higher difficulties, or it will make the base game easier. And I'm kind of starting to dip my toe into that stuff, so it's making some fights easier, but I really only focus on that when I'm fighting, these big Witcher contracts, these big flying boss monsters.
Yeah.
Because at that point it makes it a little bit easier, especially since they hit so hard. So yeah, it seems like they keep improving on the Witcher formula, and they keep patching the hell out of it, which is really great. I know a lot of people are starting to get sick of these patches, but the stuff they fix is pretty important stuff. So,
like the movement, from what I've heard, was kind of atrocious before the one patch.
It really was. Yeah. And I have not really run into any frame rate drops on PS4 now, which is really great, and the game looks outstanding. I know, of course, it'll look way better in 60 frames on PC, and I know all that. But, but man, for a PS4 title, it seems like it's rock solid 30, and it looks really great. It's a ton of effects, and I'm just having a blast with it.
Nice.
I think it's one of those games I've been looking for a while, where I can just sink my teeth into an RPG and get all my stats and allocate points and make a build.
Fill those bars.
Yeah, like filling all those bars and reading tomes you pick up in the world about monsters and stuff. That sort of stuff.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. But that's all I've been playing this week. So let's take a break.
Cool.
I'm going to go make some coffee.
Yeah, you are still ruggling.
Yeah, dude. I can't mess around with antihistamines, because if I take something too weak, it's just going to do nothing.
Yeah.
I take this like it's basically I like the Sudafed for allergies.
Oh yeah.
It's like, hey, knock you out.
Yeah.
I need some caffeine. I'll be right back.
What are you doing? All right, come on.
Hi, chat. How's everyone doing? Excuse me. Oh boy. Just me and my cat hanging out, reading Twitter, being sick of the word spoopy. Congratulations on your puppy, Stairmaster. Second Witches hits sale. I'm really enjoying it so far. Once I got probably, I'd say 2 or 3 hours into it, you kind of finish that first Witcher contract. It all kind of clicked for me, and now I'm getting the combat system down and starting to do more Witcher contracts, and I feel like I'm starting to get my hands around it. I still have no money, which I know is a problem at the beginning of nearly every RPG. I'm kind of waiting until the point where I have $1 bazillion. That'll be really nice. Yeah, I'm waiting for Fallout 4. I really hope that's gonna be good. I want to finish GTA 5 too, but it always seems to hover around $50. So I gotta Gotta find somewhere I can get that for a little bit cheaper. But man, if Fallout 4 is not good, I'm gonna be pretty bummed. I'm hoping to spend most of my holiday on that game. That's an open world I'm excited to just wander around. Oh boy.
I like my coffee.
Alright, let's get all our emails set up here. Oh, hi.
Hi. Oh, so I went and saw a live performance of The Crucible.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Oh, it went alright.
Yeah?
The same guy that played John Proctor played butt fucking naked in in the Book of Mormon.
Oh, really?
The big black dude, yeah.
Huh. That's interesting.
It was interesting watching him. He goes, "It's my name. I do not get another." It was pretty good. Apparently, I'm a fan of live theater.
Oh. I mean, live theater is usually really good.
It was cool though. They had the stage was at God, I can't remember the name of the one downtown, but it has like the one that's multi-configurable.
Oh yeah.
So the stage was just in the center, so everyone was sitting around it, and it was hydraulically lifted. So at the start of the movie, as the movie goes on, the stage keeps getting lower and lower and lower.
Weird.
Before it, like at the end, it's like down in the floor.
Crazy.
It was the symbolism was really cool. How that kind of all worked. But yeah, it was really good. Oh man.
Man, I am tired.
Something made me gassy. Like I just feel like I just let one loose downstairs, and I just like I was like, oh man, there's another one on deck.
Probably all those beans.
Probably the beans.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to curl up and go to sleep. It's been a hard fucking couple months.
Yeah.
I've just felt like I've been through the ringer.
You kind of have.
Yeah.
It's been a rough year.
It has, but it has been a profitable year, so...
There you go.
There's the silver lining.
Yeah.
I can buy all the dumb shit I want.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Alright, so I did buy Resurrection F. Why do I do this?
I don't know anymore, Knobs.
It's so... Like, everything's the same. Like, how have I watched, I don't know, more hours than anyone could possibly keep track of Dragon Ball, and I still... Oh, something new? How bad could it be? It's
like Evangelion. It's the same thing. They're just putting it out on Blu-ray.
Oh.
Yep.
Speaking of that, 3.33 still isn't out.
Yep. I still have my pre-order. I pre-ordered it 2.5 years ago.
Wow.
That's unreal.
The thing too is, what's so funny is no one is talking about why. Like originally there was a problem with some subtitles, there was a problem with some voice acting, and like the parent company in Japan was taking over production of the English version, and then that all has dried up.
Oh,
wow.
yeah. Like, I'm still trying to figure out if they're gonna do any more Berserk anime, which I don't know,
Yeah, I
because
wonder if they are.
right now it's at a complete dead standstill. There's no books coming out. There's nothing. There's no
Huh.
news at all.
Is the artist still okay?
Yeah, last I heard he was sick, but that
Okay.
was a few months ago. I haven't heard anything that he's died yet.
Yeah.
Or if. I mean, he's only like 58.
Yeah, I remember him being pretty young.
But so I exposed someone to the abridged version of this. She's like, "Well, I don't understand why. I mean, you can kind of clearly see that he's the bad guy." I was like, "Yeah, but they missed all this stuff where they actually made him likable, and you were kind of rooting for him."
Yeah, like
and,
he was a really good commander. Like,
oh yeah, like
squad loved him.
he was really one that he's wanted to take one for the team, so they didn't have to fight. You know. And
Yeah, he was a good guy. Until
all that's lost until
until the portal to hell.
until the
But you
advent.
know, what are you gonna do?
But it's funny, so I'm sitting there watching, and she's like, "Will these two just screw already and get it over with, like Guts and Casca?"
Yeah. Welcome to
Nice.
Berserk.
Yeah. Which makes the outcome of the eclipse even more horrifying, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Berserk, so good.
it is. It was really good.
All right, you guys ready to bang out the rest of this?
I believe so.
So
Yes.
we can all go take our respective naps.
Yes.
Yeah. Alrighty. I should probably
Coffee.
There you go.
I guess I should probably open those.
Yeah. You can just guess at what's coming out this week. I think that'd be funnier.
Oh, but I got a PM from.
Stretch out my back. Oh, let's do this. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We lost knobs.
Oh
Nope.
no, I got. Yeah, no. I just got sidetracked.
No.
That happens.
Yeah, happens to all of us.
Sort of your MO.
What?
Sidetracked.
What?
Sidetracked to the
I'm
MMO.
always on point, sir. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for October 26th, 2015. Halo 5 Guardians for the XBO. Yay.
Man, they have a. It's part of like the loading intro screen for one of their multiplayer modes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a sucker for when you have all of your squad lined up and they're all posing and looking kind of cool.
Yep.
Gets me every time. I think that's
Destiny,
super cool.
Destiny does a real good job of that.
Yeah.
In the Crucible.
I really like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all I got about Halo 5.
Plus, Nathan Fillion could make me buy anything.
That's true. You have digital Nathan Fillion in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know, this cool controller said, I'm not getting bit by that bug this generation.
Yes.
I don't know. That controller looks pretty sweet.
I just bought a 20th anniversary PS4 DualShock because I needed a new one. Because my triggers were dying. And by
Well-
that I mean all 4 of the top buttons.
Well,
Oh.
I'm definitely gonna buy that Elite controller because that's something I can totally.
So expensive.
I don't care.
He'll use it.
I'm curious. I'm curious what your impressions are if you buy that. I'm curious to see if it's
I'm
worth
curious to see what it is.
the
Like,
150 bones.
I got it. Why not?
I will live vicariously through you.
Yeah.
And I will tell you to probably buy one. So
Yeah.
anyway, Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition for the PS4, XBO, and PC.
I'm probably gonna buy a copy of this. I want to see if my wife wants to go through and play this together because it has couch co-op and it has both of your characters can be off doing totally separate things,
Ooh, cool.
which is really interesting.
Toe Jam and Earl style.
But like you can be totally across the planet from each other and doing totally opposite things. I think that's kind of neat.
Crackdown style.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah.
WWE 2K16 for the PlayStation 3, 4, 360, XP, and Xbox One.
Yep.
I think they removed the movie maker thing from this version, so if they did, you don't want this.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't know. Apparently, Doctor Tracksuit's in it, so
Yeah, what a weird thing.
that was really funny.
Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition for the PlayStation 4.
I thought this was coming out for Xbox One, but I can't find a listing for it anymore. So
Weird.
maybe later.
Maybe that would be the definitive the version that's coming out.
That's true.
Ugh.
I think I still have this pre-ordered because I think it's only $30-$40. I would kind of like to play through Darksiders 2 again. That was a good game.
I would too, but then I'll be back in the rabbit hole. Like here, I'm playing games that are already out and I've played.
I know.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of it.
I'm so tired of open world games, guys.
I can't do it anymore. The Legend of Heroes Trials in the Sky for the PlayStation, for the PSP.
Yep.
And PC.
Yeah, so this is Trails in the Sky SC. This is the second one. Xseed has been working on this game for about the last 3 decades. And it is now, they announced the other day, it's going to be out next week. So, awesome. I need to start the first one.
Yeah.
But this game will work on Vita, so, and maybe PlayStation TV.
They're gonna put out a physical release for it. Or you get an actual UMD.
You're funny.
I know.
No, I don't think they are.
I don't think anyone knows how to make UMDs anymore. I think it's like Damascus Steel.
No, I just received one in the mail.
Really?
Monkey Paw has been putting out some. I got a copy of Class of Heroes 3G.
Huh.
Yeah, they made a couple hundred of those.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a nice package.
Yeah.
All right. And Gaelic Z for the Interdimensional for the PC.
So finally coming out to PC, I think they said at the same... allegedly, episode 5 of the game was supposed to come out to PS4 at the same time. They added a new difficulty.
Oh,
where
a higher one or a lower one?
A lower one.
Oh,
where you get to keep stuff if you die.
Oh, cool. That makes me want to play it now, actually.
Yeah, I don't know if it's coming to the PS4. Please announce that. 17-bit, please.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'd like to play your game. It's too hard for me. I'm not good.
I love everything about that company and that game. I just am terrible at that game and don't want to buy it.
Yeah.
17-bit's logo is the coolest logo in video games right now.
It really is.
It is really good.
Yeah, Galaxy's pause screen is the coolest pause screen in video games too.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to news stories. Activision hired a former ESPN CEO to head its new esports division. They hired Steve Bornstein, former CEO of both ESPN and the NFL Network.
Huh.
Wow, that guy totally has a CFO name.
Yeah. That's interesting. I kind of had forgotten that Activision made a competitive league for Call of Duty with a giant prize pool.
Yeah.
And this lends a little bit more credence to that. At least you would think that guy would know how to promote sports.
Yes.
So
does that skill set translate to esports? Are they directly comparable? Is this a good idea?
I would be curious to see if he could bring his experience to maybe trying to inform how to show competitive matches of things on TV. Because I feel like there has to be a presentation around esports to bring it to TV. It's one thing to show it on Twitch. Yeah. There's an expectation of what people are going to get when you go on Twitch.
Yeah.
But if you're going to show it on ESPN or you're going to show it on some other channel, how do you display esports for John Q. Street Fighter fan?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Well, it's name recognition. You got to figure out what people get attached to storylines and people coming up through the ranks and stuff,
teams and all that.
Yeah, and that stuff
and that's what people love about League of Legends and Dota is these teams with these players and the fighting between the teams and coaches and all that stuff. Like there's
drug scandals and all that fun stuff.
That's what I need. I need to be a video game coach.
I mean, they already exist. Like there are plenty of Dota and League of Legends coaches. Like it's very equivalent to your traditional sports teams. And like the Hannah was saying, like drug controversies. Like there's already that stuff. Like it's already
what? This guy's Red Bulling over here.
Oh, Adderall, man.
yeah, it's Adderall.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like there's already those controversies, and there's already these stories that
So
you just need to.
Sorry, go ahead.
You just need to be able to port those into the average Joe's household and say, hey, Adderall in League of Legends is very much the same thing as doping in baseball.
Then ESPN isn't the place for it. It needs to be on E. No, I'm serious.
It might be better on FXX.
Yeah,
Well,
Something
either
like that.
either that, or it needs to be on TLC or A&E, like some of these weird, crazy reality shows. I think that might be the only way it's going to get groundswell.
That might be interesting.
Get a pack of hillbillies playing video games, and it'll be entertaining because they're going to say some dumb stuff.
That's true. There, we solved it for you. Yeah,
You're welcome. Send the checks in care of.
And I feel like if there's any combination of things that could get esports a free first pass into something, it's Activision and Call of Duty.
Yes.
Because Activision can come and say, hey, why should we put Call of Duty on your channel? Because about 80 bajillion people buy this game every year, and everybody can understand, hey, this dude shot a bunch of other digital dudes better than everybody else. You know, it's not League of Legends.
Why is that impressive?
Right.
That's the problem, because like your average person doesn't find that impressive at all until they see the skill that goes into being that good at that game.
Right. But thankfully it's a little bit easier to understand than League of Legends or Dota.
Yes.
Where it's like, oh, I'm just going to go hang out in this lane over here and just, help my team kill a bunch of mobs. And it's like, why are you doing that, and why aren't you doing the cool stuff up top? People can at least understand I shot a digital gun at a bunch of bits and bytes, and now they're dead.
Maybe that needs to be on sports science to figure out their twitch reflex or something. Like, this guy responds at X number of milliseconds, and he is awesome.
Have a controller cam where it's showing all the... Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and you look at certain games like, Counter-Strike, for example. You watch a Counter-Strike match someday. It's boring.
Yeah.
It's real boring.
If you're not watching a bunch of GIFs, it's a little bit boring.
And, the problem is, even when there's actual combat, it's very rare that you get up close in that game. Like, you're shooting dudes, and you're, like, predicting where the hitbox actually ends on the model you're looking at, and you're shooting them at these angles that are just impossible.
And now imagine putting that on ESPN, and all you said to people are the blah, 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 video game, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
There's no, like, the idea
Look
of
how violent it is.
Is like, I didn't shoot him in the head, I shoot him in his head hitbox, and it killed him, and people are like, no, I'm out. I'm done.
No,
that's where, I mean, look at what they're doing with StarCraft is actually watching those, like, whatever magic that these guys perform on these keyboards in StarCraft blows my mind.
Yeah, all their crazy APMs and all that. It's like you were doing 200 key presses a minute. Yep. That's crazy.
I don't even know if I can type that fast.
Right.
Like,
but they can build units that fast. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. It seems like over the last couple months, as we've been talking a lot more about it, that a lot more companies are getting more serious about esports. So it'll be curious to see if there's ever a breaking point, if there's ever this groundswell where suddenly video games are on ESPN.
Yeah.
It needs. I think it just needs that perfect moment where everyone, okay, I understand that.
Yeah, I get it. And oh man, did you see that one match? If you didn't, that's your gateway into esports.
I think Rocket League's a good stepping stone into that world because it's just soccer with cars.
Sure, yeah.
Well, that's the hard thing is they get that parody where it can be different every time. Like, it's not the same thing. Or the same person isn't winning all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
There needs to be that level of competition and consistency between them.
Yeah. Next news story here. Harmonix has detailed, this is just a TVG PSA. Harmonix has detailed how to get your old songs into Rock Band 4.
Sweet.
And of course, it's not easy.
No, it's not. Let's look at these steps here, shall we?
You need a copy of Rock Band 3,
which
hopefully you have. If you don't, you need to go buy it now because it's disappearing from digital stores over the next couple weeks, and no more copies are getting shipped to physical stores. So that's a fun thing. You need to pay $15 for Rock Band 3 export, which is pretty standard price for a lot of the export stuff. And apparently if you pay for that digital code, you can just start downloading those songs into Rock Band 4 pretty soon after that.
Now, does that include all your Rock Band 1 and 2 songs?
So that's the weird part, that it seems like some people are saying yes and some people are saying no. It seems like any disc-based version of games, so like any of the track packs, Rock Band 1, 2, Green Day, and Lego, like it seems like those stuff, if you in the past have exported those into Rock Band 3, once you do the Rock Band 3 export, seems like it just picks up all that stuff and you tosses it into your, hey, I bought this bin. So
theoretically, someone who's new would have to go buy Rock Band 1, 2, 3, export Rock Band 1 to 2, export 2 to 3, and then do their 3 export to 4.
Right, which
Woof.
1 and 2 seems like it would be pretty easy, because it seems like, I think 1 you can still just get the export key from like the Microsoft store, and then you just have Rock Band 1 already. Like you pay your $15 and nobody cares anymore because it's so old. It's going to be kind of interesting. I'll be paying the $15, so we'll see how my experience goes. Haven't played a lot of Rock Band 4 yet, but this would probably push me a little bit further into it, because then I'd have all of my Rock Band songs together.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing I can hope is that this is the last time we have to do this.
No, it's not.
Follow up on that. When you do that, another TVGP SA.
Yeah, it'll be either, hey, it worked, or what? So
I don't know where my songs went.
Yeah, like if anything, this will probably be the last time we have to do this gen. If I have to pick up and put all this stuff into the next gen, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I should have bought Guitar Hero. That game seems pretty good.
I've heard good things.
Really? The new Guitar Hero with Lenny Kravitz?
Yeah.
Oh, those commercials are dumb.
They're awful.
I don't think that sells it at all.
Actually, they're really funny after the thing that happened with Lenny Kravitz earlier this year.
Well,
where he split his pants.
Yeah.
Anywho,
that really came up in the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about tweets.
Twitter.
Adderblack39 writes, "Hi guys, are you giving Blops 3 a try this year, seeing as it's taking a lot from Destiny this year?"
I don't think it's taking a lot from Destiny. It sure looks a lot like Titanfall to me.
That's what it looks like more to me, and also no. I'm so disinterested in a Call of Duty game.
I will probably play a little bit, like with my brother-in-law or something, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't care.
Yeah, that's not really our. That's not our bag.
I still can't believe Battlefield's been my bag. So
yeah, I mean, Knobs has one of them, so we'll take that. Next, we got an email from Damien H, who I've been reading his name incorrectly. We'll talk about that at the end of this email. He says, I was really surprised to hear the comment of who wants a story in Call of Duty. I remember going to Cyber Cafe and discovering the newly released Modern Warfare. We were literally 5 friends for a single PC, and we only played the first mission once each before we ran out of time. I remember jumping from the cargo ship and being caught in the air by Captain Price in the air. Honestly, one of the most epic moments I've lived in video games. And now the franchise has saturated even the hardcore fans. I see Call of Duty Ghost, Advanced War, Black Ops 3 sitting on the shelves, and it doesn't cross my mind for a second to pick them up. Sad. I think that's a really good point, because I think it's the problem of we kept trying to beat ourselves at our own game. You know, like they kept trying to one-up themselves. It was like, what about what about a lot of nukes? What do the numbers mean? You know, it's like, it's too much. Like at some point it's just a little too crazy. And nobody cares what the numbers mean.
Yeah.
He says, any other franchises that you consider should have died already? Assassin's Creed comes to mind as well. I don't think Assassin's Creed should have died already. Like we've been saying for a little bit here, they need to figure out how to make it better, and to do that, please take a break for like a year.
Yes. I want to see more games. I hate to say this, there are some games out there that need to get derailed like NBA Live did.
Yeah.
Because
If it's not
NBA,
working out, take a knee.
oh man, did that? I mean, how many years has it been since we've had a live game? Is it like 3 or 4 now?
I think one came out this year.
It's
Okay,
not.
yes.
It's not for a lack of trying. I can tell you
No,
that
it's
much.
definitely
No,
not.
yeah.
There just becomes a point where you're running so fast on this treadmill that you're tripping over your own feet. You know,
Yeah, exactly.
that's where I feel like Assassin's Creed has been heading. This is where I feel like Call of Duty has been heading. There's gonna be a crash of these games.
Yeah.
Well, no,
These games
because
are.
it's half of a good idea that they
It
think can
is.
be a whole game.
Yeah, and
Well, and
eventually,
also like we had 2 Assassin's Creed games come out this year. First episode of those Assassin's Creed Chronicles, that China episode came out this year, of which they put out the first third of that game and then seemed to have completely ignored it, Telltale style. And then they're coming out with Syndicate, which they're saying like, "Yay, hey, here's a new thing. Don't worry about the other stuff.
yeah,
Forget about Unity. That was bad."
yeah. I don't know. There's a certain joy I would take in seeing some of these bigger franchises crash and burn on a very big like public stage. I would love to see Call of Duty go down in flames. I would love to see Assassin's Creed go down in flames just to see what they built from the ashes.
And what I would really be interested in is the market research behind whether or not Call of Duty can skip a year. If there's not a brand new Call of Duty game in stores for Christmas or for Black Friday, is that a bad thing for the franchise?
I don't know. I think that would do nothing but build hype.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
almost
saying.
think
If
so
you got a
too.
good marketing team on it, you can take that spin and be like, "Hey guys, we're taking a year off,
Yeah.
but this is why, and we're going to spin it into next year, and it's going to be so great, and we're
here's-
going to throw you some DLC."
But here's
Yeah.
the problem: you're going to have all those people who are like, it's Call of Duty. We'll just pick that up every year. But then you're like, well, we waited a year. This is going to be great. Like, how are you going to live up? That hype train might get out of control.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there's
been
no-
2 years since we've given you a Call of Duty.
Now with
What
Kevin
we've done.
Bacon,
2 guns.
Yeah, this one's okay.
and this one's dinosaurs. Like it's
I would try that.
I would play that. You say throw dinosaurs, throw robot dinosaurs. It's just what is that game? Event Horizon Final Dawn.
yeah, that sounds like all good things that hit a dartboard. But no, I mean, like, look what happened with EA and what was that, circa 2004, 2005, when they were actually taking an initiative to try and create new IPs.
Oh yeah. It was like 04 to 06. They came out with like Dead Space. You remember that game Black that came out? That
Yeah,
shooter?
Dead Space,
Mirror's Edge.
Black, Mirror's Edge. Black was the only failure in that, and Black wasn't exactly a bad game.
It wasn't a failure. It just didn't sell well. That game was awesome.
Well,
God, we should put that.
I
We should put
agree
that
with-
in Fan Club.
it had some problems, but
It had some problems,
its
but-
marketing was more aggressive than the quality of its game was.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
But then you start hitting those ones that are just like near misses, like Bulletstorm, and
Yeah.
I don't know if you consider Dark Side Rage. There's another one.
Yeah, Rage.
Rage wasn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, but that was a game that the hype couldn't live up to what it was because it's like, oh man, Carmack is back. He's making it's gonna be an open world. It's amazing.
And I think that might be the problem Call of Duty would run into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, well, we tried that 2-year thing and it didn't work. We're just gonna keep pumping them out.
Yep. Well, and I feel like when they went with that 2-year thing, then there was the perception of the good team and the bad team. Oh well,
Yes.
World of War is out this year. It's the Treyarch one.
one.
Yeah.
Like it's this is the B team one, and then it came out and it was okay, but then the next year's one, the A team came out and it was just outstanding.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, man.
it's kind of not an enviable place to be in.
No, not at all.
No, they're a victim of their own success.
Yeah. Yeah, this dumb shooting game has managed to. It's a lot like Madden. You can't not come out with a Madden every year.
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss competition. I miss 2K so much.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
I haven't honestly outside of golf. I don't think I've played a sports game since 2K 2K3. I have not played football.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I played the football in 2K5, and that was it.
Yeah.
Mm,
Interesting.
same.
He continues, sorry for the long email, just one final reflection. Based on the fact that you always read my nickname incorrectly, I've decided to change it. I'm no longer Cerbero, the Hound of Hell. TVGP has baptized me with the nick of Cerebro, which is the device Xavier uses? Question mark?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for the new nick. I will accept it and wear it with pride.
Put that helmet on.
Sorry.
That's great.
You get to find all the mutants now.
Yeah.
Instead of guarding hell.
The power rests on you.
That's right.
I mean, it's a more active role, really. It's a promotion, really.
Yeah, it really
I
is.
would say it's more of a passive role. I mean, he's not going out greeting everyone. He's just kind of like, hey, they're over there.
Oh no, but you have to do something. I mean, if you're just guarding hell,
He
you're
doesn't
just
do
standing.
anything. He sits
You're
in
just
a
chilling
chair
out.
with his mind bullets.
Doesn't get to eat people anymore, though. I don't know if that's a deal breaker.
That's a bit of a bummer.
Yeah. Sorry about that. But also, you know,
Congrats.
yeah, congrats on your new title.
Congrats on your new role in the company.
Yeah.
That doesn't exist.
Next email from Bill Cifer. Hey, guys. Hey there.
Hey, Billy
So-
Murderface.
Affectionately
He has
titled Murder
He has
Face.
earned that nickname in Rocket League. That man had like a dozen demolitions in one game.
Put a Burger King crown on him. He's Murderface.
Yep.
So I've played a lot of games in my day. It's got me thinking, what video game genre do I really polarize to? After much thought, I found that I am a stealth action kind of guy, be it Assassin's Creed or Metal Gear. I can't get enough. So my question is, what is your video game genre and why?
Ooh.
FPS. Why not?
Third person action. Or third person, or not third person, side scrollers.
Maybe for me, it's probably got to be RPGs. Usually,
Yeah.
adventure games also.
I think, yeah, I would think you're more adventure.
Adventure games and visual novels. I'm like, man, you give me some of them, I'm lost.
Yeah, you give me something like I'm okay at first person shooters. It's not like my main thing though. I'm okay with RPGs, but it's kind of got to be the right mix of like fun and like story. I don't know, just like Diablo 3 encapsulates everything I love about games. You know,
like an
it's got-
action RPG.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's essentially an isometric beat 'em up. That's
Yeah,
not
but-
that's not
Sure,
an
yeah.
RPG.
And you go back in my history. I mean, like some of my favorite Genesis games are like Streets of Rage and
it is.
stuff like the Lost Viking puzzle games too. Oh my god,
Dual-
like Lumines sold me a PSP.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
I mean, dual stick shooters and puzzle games were my jam, but when I always go back to it seems to always be a first person shooter is what I enjoy.
yeah.
He says, P.S. I just wanted to note that ever since you guys did the Mr. Popo voice, now all I can hear in my head is when you guys say anything about Konami is Mr. Popo. Oh, Konami. I will do that forever
That's
now.
not even oh, Konami.
Oh, Konami. So, you're welcome for that, Internet, I guess.
You are.
Wow. Next email is from a brand new writer.
Ooh.
It says, hey, y'all, Cage here from the Philippines.
What's up,
Hey,
Rage Cage?
That's a sweet name.
Yeah. Been listening to you since 2011, and I really have to commend you for consistently excellent shows.
Thank you.
I wouldn't give us that, but thank you.
Yeah, I would say we're pretty okay.
We are definitely consistent.
We are.
We are astoundingly average.
Yeah, consistently, though.
Yes.
Thanks for making every Monday a blast. Now, I know this may seem odd despite me having all three consoles. I still find my Wii U to be the most interesting one. I've been playing Zelda, Twilight Princess, and Skyward Sword recently, and have been having a great time. I'm looking forward to the release of the next Xenosaga Chronicles. Boston being the only one there with a Wii U, I have to ask, has that game caught your attention recently? The release in Japan got, let's say, lukewarm reviews. So, I don't know. I would be interested in it if it does the things I care about right, and the stuff that it doesn't do right won't bother me as much. So, we'll see. I don't know. I don't spend a lot of time with our Wii U, but I haven't bought Mario Maker, so if I did, I'd probably spend a lot more time with it. But
Yeah.
He continues, do you think the Wii U would have been better off had Nintendo given it access to 3DS games? I mean, I would look forward to playing Bravely Default on my Wii U. I almost wonder if that's what they're doing with the NX. Where they're saying, we can't have the one do the other because we're eating into our own market share, so we'll just have the console do both things.
I'm interested to see if that is the case with the NX, exactly what that device is going to look like.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of interesting engineering. I think we talked about this a bunch last week, but...
I think it'll look like the gamepad.
You think so?
Yeah. And then it's just something that either folds up like a 3DS, and you take it with you, or it's smaller, and I don't know.
Who knows?
I hope it's something that's like two handles and it goes like this, and it's got the big wobbly sheet in it, like a, like it's on like wop, 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 wop. And then Mario.
Yeah.
Mario.
I think the only reason they haven't done that is, you know, they can't eat into their hardware sales.
No, they can't.
You know, the only reason we got the PlayStation TV was because it failed in Japan, number one, and the Vita failed. So they're saying, well, maybe if you hook up your TV, you can, please, something. It's cheap. It comes with a Lego video game.
That thing has gotten down to like $20 in some cases, and every time I'm like, nah.
You know, for $20, since you already have a Vita, I think it's
kind of history.
Yeah, number one,
I will eventually.
You own a piece of history, but number two, I don't think it's a bad device.
It'll be gone like all these wonderful Maximum Overdrive koozies.
Yeah,
nice.
In a landfill somewhere.
I wore that trucker hat that one week, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good hat.
Next email, Kevin from Cincinnati here. Guys, love the show, and it's all pro bono. Thanks. We're always pro bono.
Yeah.
Do you guys hate games that do not let you rebind your controls?
Yes.
It infuriates me. With PC gaming, you don't have to worry about this too much unless you're using controllers, which in a lot of cases you cannot rebind anything. I just cannot understand why developers don't allow you to customize your controls. I've been put off certain games across all platforms because of this. Sony allows you to remap your controls at the OS level with the PS4, and Microsoft is adding this as well with the Xbox One update, so at least we're getting that. What's your opinion on this? So I can tell you exactly why video game developers don't want to do that on consoles. There's a document when you turn in your game called a TRC. It's the Technical Requirements Checklist. It says it's the base level functionality that all games on a console have to have.
Okay.
And some of those are, hey, do all of the control schemes work appropriately and do exactly what they're supposed to do? If you allow gamers to rebind controls, you have turned your TRC item for that checkbox from like 3 control options to hundreds.
Yes.
So I think that's part of why Sony and now Microsoft is in the progress of doing it, is just let you rebind anything in the OS. Then you can do that yourself. If you have something, you know, you have some sort of disability with your hands, there's a way easier way to do it. Yeah. If you like to relive the PS1 days and you want to switch circle and X,
because you're a monster.
Yeah. You know, I think that's the better way of doing it, and then all games support it because you just changed it in the OS.
Well, and it's an issue not only for people, you know, that want some customization, but it's also an accessibility issue.
Yep.
You know, part of my job is, you know, I basically am a web developer for an education company, and one of the big things for developing courses online is they have to be accessible.
Yeah.
They absolutely have to be accessible via screen reader. They have to be accessible in ways that you don't normally think about, like the contrast ratio between colors.
Yeah.
It's not even a colorblind thing. It's just a matter of, you know, people with poor vision are not going to be able to see text on a background color that's too much like the text color.
Like The Witcher 3, which has gray text on a black background.
Which is the worst.
Shoot me in the face.
Gladly. Actually...
no, thank you.
Not you, but...
Well, yeah, okay.
You know, go
just to clarify, officer.
But I think there should be something. There's something to be said for those kind of accessibility requirements for games as well. You know, I have a friend of mine who only has one hand, and a lot of times it can be really difficult to get certain games to work if you don't have the ability to, you know, use both hands. But I've seen him do some crazy rebinds, and he kills me in fighting games.
Yeah.
Like, those fighting games, he'll just destroy me in. after he rebinds his controls, and it's just, man.
And I think the good thing is that's getting a lot more common now. Like
Yeah.
color blindness settings are getting a lot more common.
Yes.
Subtitles are basically a default in all games. If a game doesn't have subtitles, then there's usually a revolt. You know, I feel like there's a lot of companies have come a long way on that stuff.
I'm just sort of shocked that in general. I mean, it's good that they're doing it at the OS level, but there's some issues I have with that because I mean, then you're using the operating system with this new configuration, and maybe you don't want that.
Sure,
You
yeah.
know, maybe we want keybinds. Maybe you want your keybinds for your game to be slightly different than the keybinds for the actual OS.
Yeah.
I just think that there should be a standard way on each system to do it.
Yeah.
There should be some sort of checklist. You know they've got this checklist. There's got to be something in place that makes it a little bit easier.
I got a simple solution.
What's that?
Use the default key configuration.
What do you mean?
No, I mean it's what I do. Like I don't rebind controls at
Oh,
all.
right.
Like
Yeah.
I will suffer through it until I figure out how to beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm of the type where if I find certain key bindings frustrating, I'll just rebind them if I can.
Outside of flipping an access, that's about all you should have.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think so?
Well, luckily you don't have any sort of disability, so.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not trying to be insensitive.
No, sure.
but-
You're saying besides that.
Yeah, I mean, I would understand, colors and, being limited ability on, like, I don't have a thumb that works properly, then I should have some sort of other option to do that.
Yeah.
But as far as one of us really complaining about controls, we don't really have much of an excuse.
Yeah. I don't even flip any of my axes, so.
Yeah.
Because we're not monsters
Right.
again.
Yeah, definitely. Last email here from John Connor 333. Hey guys. Hey.
Hey, buddy.
While catching up on your podcast, I've realized that even though all three of you seem to be primarily console gamers, I believe that the PC is an option for you as well. Parenthetically, if I'm not mistaken, PC games do get brought up now and then.
Mm-hmm.
That is correct.
Yes.
We are recording the show on gaming PCs at the moment.
Oh yeah.
That typically only get used for this show. My question is, what is it that has you choose console first? I'm asking because even though I'm very satisfied with my PS4, I'm at the early stages of building a PC for the first time ever. I respect your thoughts and opinions for this topic that can easily escalate when you ask the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's kind of, one, my job, because I work in IT, so I'm kind of sick of computers at the end of the day. And two is my wife and I spend our time in our living room, and my computer is up here upstairs in our office.
Yeah.
And I kind of like spending time with her, so I would rather spend time down there.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I would say that's a very good response to that question.
I like spending time with my wife, and I would like to do that.
It's sort of a similar situation with me. That a lot of the games that I'm going to play are going to come out on both platforms. Generally, if I'm playing on a PC, I'm locked away in this room, although that's not going to be the case for much longer. It's going to be the baby's room, so...
Right. He's going to be in there playing, the new Doom Alpha.
Oh, yeah,
Gotta get that couch out of there.
Yeah, for sure. So it's what Boston said about working in IT. Like I'm a coder. I sit in front of a computer, 8 to 12 hours a day, hacking away at code. And there's something about sitting in front of a computer. Take this for example. Like I'll play Fallout 3 every once in a while. I'll just load it up, play it. But I'm so much more likely on a PC to just hit that console, just hit that tilde key, and just go, I don't feel like struggling with this game, and just go God mode on that game.
God_mode enter.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. There's, for me, because I code and I sort of have I won't say I know how games work. I have a general understanding of the underlying logic of how a computer works, so I can sort of make guesses at how a game is going to work. It sort of, for me, ruins a little bit of the magic. And putting some of that distance, it's almost like, when you're playing on a console, you're playing on this black box.
I don't know how the sausage gets made on a console.
Exactly.
It's just tasty.
Yeah, and I don't know how to, I don't know that I can, inject some cheat codes or do something crazy on a console. So I'm more likely to play a game rather than try to break a game.
Well, Hannah, I have good news for you. For $4.99, you can buy the booster pack for your favorite game, and that'll enable all these cheat codes and more. Sorry, that hit a little too close to home.
Yeah, too real.
Knobs, what about you?
Um, it's just the ease of playing with friends on a console.
Yes.
I think that solves a lot of ills.
Yeah, there's
Playing that game with
consistent
people
preference.
because even with even playing games like I really enjoyed, like when I started off playing Diablo 3 or StarCraft up here, like I am just like I cannot sit in this chair for this amount of time.
By
Like
myself in front of this keyboard.
in this little room and I have a whole house. Like
Yeah.
I just it's not the days where I'm like locked in my dorm room and I got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just don't have that experience anymore. Like I'm pulled away easily to this other stuff where I can sit in a hopping party, play completely different games, and just shoot the shit.
Yeah, I was primarily a PC gamer in my college days, my early 20s, because I lived at home. My only real place to play games was my bedroom, and I had my PC in there, I had my consoles in there. If I was playing console, I was in the same spot I was playing on PC, so generally I was going to buy it on PC because
It looked way better.
it looked way better. I'm going to be there anyway.
Well, now look at the parity between a PC release and yes, it looks better, but
Yeah.
it's not the significant difference that it was in the early 2000s.
Well, I think your point is especially salient too for playing with friends, because a lot of times I'm in Destiny, I'm just kind of farting around and someone sends me a message that just says Nightfall. I send back a message that says yep, and three of us are suddenly playing a game in less than
Minutes.
15 seconds.
Yeah, the tools are there on the console to do that really quickly, and it sort of varies game by game on PC still, unless you have like an existing community and you've got like a TeamSpeak or a Ventrilo server
Right.
set up.
like that's it,
Voice
like-
chat's sort of nebulous.
Like setting up Ventrilo, like we did that for a few of our Steam game nights. We all installed Ventrilo and like, all right, how does this work again?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I haven't used that in like a decade, and we're
Yeah.
trying.
And hey, guess what? It still looks the same.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just... I feel like there's definitely a lot of people that still swear by PC, and I think that's great. And Steam is a fantastic platform to play PCs on, and if you're... You know, we're definitely not going to be the people that are like, oh, it's so hard to upgrade a PC, or oh, it's so much money.
God,
It's
no.
really
No.
not.
It's not.
But if you want to keep up with that and you want to keep on bleeding edge, even if you don't need to do that really much anymore. It's a great platform. You know, we're never going to be like, oh, PC gaming.
No,
you know,
never.
Like, come on, that's what we were all raised on.
Yeah, God, if I had the money, I would be a primarily PC gamer. I would just build one downstairs, you know?
Sure, yeah. Just have a TV gaming PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just, you know, it's just not what I would...
Do you realize that string of words you just put together?
Oh, your TV gaming PC? No big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, my Steam machine?
Oh, that's my machine. That's there. That's where everything lives.
Yeah. Where all
But
my
you know,
games live.
I may become a more of a PC gamer, you know, in the coming months, just because we're relocating it. I'll be able to hang out with my wife, and she'll be watching TV. I can be on the PC. It won't be a problem. You
Get
know?
games on Steam for cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sales are way
Nothing,
better on
nothing
Steam.
builds relationships like headphones.
Yeah.
But bounce the little one on my knee while I'm showing him how to, you know, play some World of Warcraft. You know.
Show them how to telefrag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Telefrag.
All right, that's all of our emails this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for writing in, whether it be emails or tweets. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Email us, tvgpfans@gmail.com. Tweet us at tvgp. Everything else is on the right-hand side of the page.
And don't forget to join the forums. Please mark yourselves on the map. Just took a look at it like during the show a little bit. That's awesome. I love looking at the pins.
Yeah.
All right. Join us for our game nights. Monday night, 10 p.m. EST on the Xbox One. That is Battlefield 4. Tuesday, Destiny. Wednesday, Rocket League. Thursday, Steam game night. And Friday, if one
Dealer's
of us are on,
choice.
yeah, dealer's choice.
Potpourri.
But like, hey, I really want to play Street Fighter. I'm going to tell you, yeah, no.
Yeah,
But
I'm good, but, you know, you do you.
but if you want to play DOA, I might oblige you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a new TVGP Game Club voting thread up. This is the, I don't know, we call it the 31st Game Club, but that's also counting the 10 previous TVGP plays, so it's really 21, you know.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
whatever.
let's just call it Syndicate right now and let's get playing.
I can't. I'm up for the fourth chair, so I cannot influence which one is the correct one, but wink.
Well, I mean, we've got some real interesting choices this
Yeah.
month. We've got forum member Fugazi's just did Dark Souls. Lance Freeman's up again with X-Men Legends, and of course Boston is up with the 2013 release of Syndicate. So it's anybody's game at this
Can
point.
you
As always,
even get the X-Men Legends games anymore?
might be a little rough.
I don't remember.
I thought all that stuff was pulled down with like Ultimate Alliance and stuff too.
I don't remember
no.
what eventually settled out with that. I think they could be back because the settlement finished, but I don't remember.
No, see, so Legends is it was
That was
PS2
PlayStation 2.
PS2
and
GameCube
Xbox.
era. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking of the X-Men.
You're thinking of X-Men Destiny, which
Thank you.
actually Lance Freeman goes through pains in the forums to
Yeah.
clarify that that is not the game we're talking
Okay.
about.
And that game wasn't that bad,
It
so
was okay.
Okay.
It had some problems, but it was okay.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's going on right now. We did have to push the recording of the next wrap-up episode just due to some life stuff happening. That's going to happen the first week in November. That Thursday, I think that's the 5th.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Still got time to finish that up.
Current game is Metal Gear Solid. Go play it up. We'll announce the next game on that is the 5th.
Yeah.
So about 10 days away here.
Your vote counts.
Yes, it
All right.
does.
And don't forget, you can watch this show live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network or youtube.com/thatvideogamepodcast. Thank you all very much for listening and watching. We'll see you all next week.
Laters.
Peace.
Titles. I have 2 of them.
What do you got?
Super Installing
Super installing.
and
Okay.
Alright Pluggy.
Hey, I'm guessing you had to catch that one thing I said.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I already wrote it down.
What did you do now?
Oh, there was just a minor swear. It's one of those things where we get on a really good conversation and somebody just accidentally swears because that's how we actually speak.
It was really colloquial.
Yeah.
I mean,
We were shooting the poops.
yes, we were shooting the poops.
Yeah,
I
those
was
poops got
actually-
shot.
I was actually talking to my wife about that the other day. I was like, I don't know how to emphasize words without it.
Poops. Everybody laughs at it. Shooting the
It does.
poops. All right, those are
All right.
my 2 titles.
All right, I've got a couple here. I've got Society of Peeps, The Cut of This Gibberish, A Whole Different Way to Break Your Soul, All Right Pluggy, British Physics, Abstergo is Bad, My New Favorite Borderlands Game, Resorting to Fart Jokes, Here's Geralt, Manage My Toxicity, Digital Nathan Fillion, Shot a Bunch of Digital Dudes, Oh, Konami, and then Mario.
Konami.
I don't. That one doesn't play well in text, though.
No, I kept Alright Pluggy and British Physics. British
I-
Physics is really punchy.
British Physics is really punchy. I'm a big fan of
What was
cut of
said
this
about-
gibberish.
What is the British physics?
You said that there
Boston
was
said-
standing water on the side of a hill, and I said,
Oh,
oh, British
you said
Physics.
British physics. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I like
I like-
that one because it's
That annoys me every time. I'm getting mad just thinking about it.
It's one of
I'm
those
running
things
up
where
this hill
someone
and
had
there's
to have
all these
looked at it,
puddles.
and it's like, what? Who? QA?
It's like, all right, yeah, so it rained, but it's like you don't have to animate water right there because it's on a hill.
You're killing your engine.
Yeah, I do. I would like to say the cut of this gibberish is a great line. I don't know if it works for the title.
Yeah, I feel like one week
that's-
that'll work.
That is
Yeah.
one of my favorite idioms. I like the cut of your gibberish, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I kind of like British Physics. I feel like
I'm
that's a
down with
solid
that.
title.
yeah.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 418 for October 26th, 2015. British Physics.
Oh, Konami.
Cheerio.
Oh, Mr. Popo. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Always appreciate it, and we'll see you.